Hello everyone and welcome back to the AmberT versus Faust mini-series, whatever you want to call it. And this is a 1v1 on Wanson Harbor. Obviously, shouldn't really introduce the players because you can read and you've probably seen the previous video already, but yeah. So we do have AmberT playing his mixed mech once again, Faust playing his USSR once again, and this is a map I haven't really posted on my channel yet, mostly because all the 1v1 games I had on this map were against people that weren't really that good, and yeah, I guess. So this should be interesting, considering this map is just an infantry grind fest. But I kind of like it after the change, gonna admit. I mean, even though it renders certain decks useless, and if you're facing a mech deck with an unspec deck, you're kind of in trouble, I would say. But it can lead to some interesting games sometimes. Let's slow this down. Actually, let's switch to this perspective, because below this point there's not much happening except that Akula, so we will keep that in mind, see what he manages to do with that. And we do have both players unloading their infantry a bit prematurely, maybe trying to be cautious and stuff. But so far we do have a push coming out by AmberT on the port. A lot of these Moto Schützens, he really likes his Moto Schützens. And I don't think this GRU squad is going to be able to deal with like 6 squads of them. But yeah, I mean, not much of a unit mix coming out from AmberT, just pure Moto Schützen spam all the way. We do have 6 BTR-90s flanking around, so we'll see how much damage they are able to do. Let's just switch like this, keep an eye on that K52 there. I don't know why I keep calling these guys Akulas, but whatever, I guess it's kind of easier than spelling out KA52, is it? T72 getting rained on by grenade launchers, getting an optical failure. That's just a lot of BTR-90s, and we'll see how AmberT responds to these. But meanwhile, we do have these Moto Schützens getting absolutely demolished in the middle. So yeah, I mean, AmberT proving that not mixing your infantry on an infantry-centric map is not really the best way to go about it. I mean, yeah, like a few Spetsnaz squads here would have been just devastating, completely devastating for these, but I mean, it's not like he needs them. You know, these Morskaya Pehodas and these VDV here are just more than enough to deal with this blob. Still surprised the GRUs are alive though, I'm gonna be honest. Let's swoop around, see. Yeah, so he got some Moto Schützens out preemptively to deny the harassment here. Pretty good job. Although that 14 AP is proving to be a bit disappointing. One BTR-90 does manage to get past though, but he dies regardless, so it's not like it matters. This KF52 is probably gonna get taken out by the Igla. I'm assuming we can still switch back and see how this middle push is going for both players. Nope, KF52 managing to get out alive, so nice micro coming out from Faust here. And as you can see, he has managed to push up in Foxtrot with some VDVs. And considering the game slowed down a bit, we can go ×2 until some more hot action happens. I can hear some gunfire. Oh, that's the BTRD. Okay, I thought it was something like in the back of Faust's base or whatever. I might just be tripping balls, I don't know. So we do have more Moto Schützens coming out from AmberT trying to take back his zone. And these Moto Schützens that were called out are just walking, so they should get there in about 2 years or something. You do have some nice fire support coming out from Faust, and considering these Moto Schützens are gonna do fuck all to them, this is a perfect spot to keep them because it cuts off the reinforcements route. And it's just gonna prove a massive detriment to AmberT's ability to take back Foxtrot. But we'll see how he manages to fare against those. So you did clear out those VDVs, pushing up with these Moto Schützens. Now if you can get all 6 of them engaging on this Morskaya squad, he should be fine there. And he's actually pushing these back, I'm surprised, wow. I can go ×1 again. Mopping up some of these BTRDs. These are actually really good fire support vehicles because they have that quad PKT that just stuns the living hell out of infantry. But AmberT proving that motor Schützen spam is the way to go. So he's clearing up all that infantry Faust had there. Clearing up the infantry that was stuck on the port here and forcing these B1s to go back. So really it's actually worked out in his favor. And I guess we can switch perspective and speed up a bit, but he does not have control of the top zone though, and Faust is just using that like a champ, trying to outflank AmberT and harass him with some BTR 90s and whatnot. We do have the Spetsnaz coming out though, and that's gonna be a massive advantage for Faust here, considering AmberT does not have any dedicated anti-infantry killers. I mean, you could consider these Motor Schützens anti-infantry, but they're not truly anti-infantry. This is truly anti-infantry. I mean, look at that. Just gonna mop everything up here. But AmberT actually making some solid progress on the port, so that should work out well for him. We do have some SU-122s here on the side, so really nice fire support coming out from Faust, gotta admit. And we can speed up once again until something else happens. Zoom out a bit as well, because I want to see everything that's going on and not miss some vital shit. We do have yet another sight shot on that B1, so sort of like that last game. I'm really surprised he's losing B1s to base motor Schützens. I mean, that's just things that you shouldn't have happened to you. More MiG-27s though. Nice job taking out both of those T-72s there, so that's the end of AmberT's fire support here. But he unloaded these motor Schützens in a nice spot. Oh my god, I can't talk. He's gonna cut off reinforcements coming up from Faust if there are any, and considering he has the numbers advantage, he can wipe out this GRU squad as well. Meanwhile, maintaining solid position here. So he's cut off Charlie from Faust, but as you can see, Faust is actually still harassing him, so let's slow down and see what happens here. And yeah, even managing to unload a Morskaya squad. I think that BTR 90 is gonna go down though, but will the Motor Schützens be able to deal with all those BTRDs? That's the question. And let's actually look at it from this angle, because I think it's a bit more important. AmberT losing all of his troops here, so Faust managing to bounce back with some infantry and some more infantry and infantry, I guess. I don't know what else he has there. I mean, yeah. So those BTR 90s and BTRDs actually going down. Not managing to score a kill on that, but the Motor Schützens might run out of ammo, allowing this BTR 90 to snipe the CV. They only have 2 rockets left. If they miss one, if they go for the BTRD, well, they can only kill the one or the other at this point, I think. But should mention that AmberT has actually taken Echo now, so he does have some sort of map control. Rolling out an Mi-25 to deal with this harassment here, so a good call there, because, well, I mean, it's obvious why, because Faust has no anti-air in the area whatsoever. And it's kind of an urgent matter, you know, whenever your CV is getting sniped, the first reaction is always to get Mi-25s or 24s or whatever their respective country's name is. Doesn't really matter. So the game's slowing down once again a bit more. We can go at a ×2 and see how Faust manages to swing this back. I mean, he does have the point advantage, but it's really minuscule, whereas AmberT has the map control, so still probing in Charlie. And if he can just outspam these Spetsnaz, he really should be in a good position here, because he has a lot of infantry. I mean, that's the perk of a mechanized deck, obviously. Mi-24D managing to find a gap. We'll see where he ends up with that, but the Igla there, perfect position. Does he take it out? Yes, he does. CV manages to survive. These Spetsnaz and these VDVs are really low on health though. I mean, so are all of these Motoshitsens and Janshis, but if he decides to go balls deep, I guess he could end up victorious. I don't know though, there's a lot of fire support coming out from Faust now, so it's probably not the smartest idea. We do have a CV being rallied out for AmberT, so it will give him that nice +1 tick. But we do have a counter cap in Charlie, so that actually doesn't result in a +1 for AmberT. At least not that long, I guess. Nice B5 strike there, clearing out whatever it was. I didn't really catch that. Do have a nice supported push coming up from Faust, walking with the Spetsnaz and following them up with SU-122s. But I think there's just a bit too much entrenched infantry here. Although, not both squads were firing there, but we do have both of them firing now, so we'll see if he manages to defend this. But given the massive fire support by Faust here, I don't think he's really going to hold off. Maybe he should pull back and fight them deeper into town, where the fire support will not be able to engage on them. But yeah. Some more infantry dying there from AmberT. Actually rallying out supply trucks, so that's cool. We'll reinforce his damaged squads here. K-52, oh, managing to spot the CV long enough for the K-29 to take it out. So a good pickup there for Faust, and these Motoshitsens are badly damaged. If he had more reinforcing infantry here, he could definitely take Echo back. Now let's speed up once again. K-52 going down. And nice Conqueror's position here. Will be able to mop up all of these SU-122s, because they're pretty close range, and Conqueror M's, when they're not too far away, are actually not that bad. Because otherwise they just miss like crap, and it's just, yeah, annoying. And then you blame Eugen, and yeah. I disagree with this, AmberT. You should have definitely just had your spare parts on. I mean, you know, this is just inappropriate management of your supply lines. Although he did have 4 trucks, so yeah, it's not like it matters. I should probably stop shit-talking players for not doing things the way I do them. Faust at a +1 though, considering AmberT does not have a CV in Delta, but we do have a CV rallied out. I'm assuming it's going to Echo, although he probably should have sent it to Delta, because Delta is closer and he's kind of safe there. Maybe lacking AA in this gap here, but I doubt Faust is gonna try and probe that again, considering most of his efforts are focused here currently, trying to hold back this massive Motoshitsen spam that's been coming out for the past 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, Faust should really just be spamming out Spetsnaz, really. Because there's no anti-infantry coming out from AmberT. As you can see, these Motoshitsens are just getting demolished by the Spetsnaz. I mean, there's no way they can hold that back. But AmberT still managing to retain his control in Echo, so that's gonna be a nice plus for him, even if he does lose this middle town. Speed up once again, and slow down when something crucial is happening, so that we don't miss anything. B5 coming out, actually bombing his own Motoshitsen there, not doing that much damage to those. Another B5 coming out. We'll see what he scores with that. Oh, probably going for CV snipes, but he did not manage to get anything there. And game kind of slowing down now. But I think it's definitely up to Faust to get this back, because as soon as AmberT gets that CV in Delta, he's gonna be at a +1. And yeah, that's not gonna be good for Faust. He could just move up though, considering there's no infantry here, but he does not know that, so a bit reluctant with his infantry. Maybe should get a supply truck out to repair these squads. You definitely don't want to be losing Spetsnaz, because you only get 8 per card. On a map like this, it's really crucial to have your important units not die in the first engagement or whatever. So yeah. Quite a nice back and forth in the middle though, gotta say. You can see Faust being on the offensive once again. Another b5 coming out, but I think the VDV are gonna dodge that. Let's see what he scores with that. Oh my god, bang on the Spetsnaz. Did he wipe out a squad? No, he didn't, but he did damage them pretty well. And now he has these VDVs spotting the CV. Will most likely get it, because there's no place for Amber to juke around. Yep, does manage to get it. We do have an Mi-24D being rallied out, and that Yak B is just a perfect counter to entrenched infantry. I really love using Mi-24s with Yaks. Probably my favorite healer in the game, I would say. You have some nice infantry coming out here. I like the fact that he's unloading them before going into the town, because otherwise the transports are easily going to get sniped by that VDV. So nice place coming out from AmberT. He can just walk those guys safely there, and he has some Mi-24 fire support, so those VDV shouldn't be that big of an issue, I guess. Although he's getting critted and badly damaged. Not a good position for AmberT. Even lost the squad that was inside. Wow, that was big. That was a huge loss there. And we have more infantry coming up from Faust, so not looking too good for AmberT and Foxtrot. He is rallying out more infantry though, so we'll see how that ends up. Let's I don't know what's a good perspective for this map really, because it's kind of all over the place. But considering not much is happening here, we can just probably focus in the middle. I'm sorry if I missed something, but you guys wanted this, so don't blame me. Have another b5 coming up. We'll see if he manages to score more hits with that. Gets the majority of the infantry there, so that was a beautiful, beautiful strike. Faust pulled back his Spetsnaz though, and I think those were his most important units, so good job dodging that. But yeah, we have way more infantry coming out from Faust now, more VDVs. Should definitely pull back this Morskaya squad though, and pull the Spetsnaz up, deal with this Janshis. He should be in a good enough spot. We have some more infantry being rallied out here, and we do have some engagements happening in Echo as well. So he managed to plop down some infantry here, but I don't think the Janshis are just good enough to deal with VDVs, to be honest. Unless he can get this blob as well, then he should just probably overwhelm them. We do have the Spetsnaz going for the Motor Schützens on the side though, and I do like the usage of a combat CV leading from the front. Probably mismicroed, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, if there were helos nearby, this CV would have probably died, but it's okay. Let's slow down and zoom in a bit. We do have some nice fire support coming out from the ZSDs, and the Jansi is just overwhelming these VDV, as you can see, with some more of them on the way. Taking out those Motor Schützens here. CV's still firing on the Spetsnaz. I don't know why he's not pulling this back. Okay, he does pull that back. And we have 40 VDV and 30 Spetsnaz. Ooh, that's nasty. These VDVs are just gonna mop up all of these transports. But the Spetsnaz aren't firing and these VDV are getting stunned, so not that good for Faust. Have another B1 coming out. If he can manage to plop it down somewhere where the SU-122s are, he should be fine to cut off this reinforcement route. I would not agree with pushing up so aggressively with your Spetsnaz for this very reason alone, because Spetsnaz don't really deal with vehicles, so AmberT can just easily just surround them and, if not kill them, just badly damage them, and then move up with his own infantry. You definitely want that anti-tank support for your Spetsnaz. As you can see now, they're just gonna go down to the mass of ZSD fire. Another B5 coming out. I'm not sure where he's bombing. We'll have to wait and see. bombed out those VDVs. Wow, that was a nice strike. And yeah, as I said, these Spetsnaz are gonna go down. These VDVs are probably not really gonna do much there, although I don't know. I mean, they do outnumber AmberT's infantry, so we'll have to wait and see. But AmberT actually has some reinforcements ready, so if he can get these ESDs here in time, he should be good. We'll probably lose the CV though. And let's just speed up a bit more. I have more infantry coming up for Faust, but he did lose the majority of his infantry that was here, which was really not good for him. And we do have some... Yeah, finally the CV going down there. That was kind of funny. Spetsnaz is still alive. Come on. Okay, there we go. They finally died. And AmberT's still in firm control of Echo, even though Faust is actually still at a +1 considering AmberT's CVs died in both zones. But if he can cap those back, he should be good. And once again, pushing up in the middle. But it's only FJBs, and there's 40 VDVs here. So that's not too good. Although, one thing I'd like to point out is you should never have 4 stacks of infantry. Actually, you should never have more than 2 stacks of infantry in a building block, because sectors are pretty bugged. So when these infantry fire, I mean, most of the time you'll notice that, okay, in this case, because they're using their AT, I guess all 4 of them are firing. But when you have infantry versus infantry fights in blocks, because of the way that sectors are designed, sometimes only 2 or 3 squads are firing, and you're not using your squads to your maximum effect. So you should maybe like split them in groups of 2 and just micro them back and forth. Just a little tip for everyone that didn't know that already. And like the funniest thing is, I mentioned that to FLX, and he was like, if we were gonna change that, we would have to rework the entire sector system, so that would be kind of time consuming. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Just Eugen things. But we love you, Eugen. We really do. So yeah, AmberT actually managing to push back once again. And he's now at a +2, but there's only 7 minutes, and he has to catch up 90 something points. He's not really rallying out more infantry here. Although I'm not sure he needs to. I don't know. B5 going down to the PD. Nice snipe, but he did drop his bombs and didn't really do damage at all. So kind of a wasted strike there, but he did some nice damage with those B5s previously, so they definitely paid off. And I don't know what happened there. That was kind of silly. And Mi-24 fired that Fleta and took that supply truck down to 1 HP. Like, what? But yeah, whatever. So this final attack by AmberT is probably gonna be decisive here. And you can see those Fletas just sucking ass. Not even, oh my god, that's embarrassing. Finally taking that out. And yeah, nice fire support coming up from AmberT, really using his Mi-24s effectively. I really like his style of massed infantry spam and then just having those Mi-24Ds in the back to provide the fire support. Really working out well for him, considering there's absolutely no AA here for Faust whatsoever. So yeah, taking the zone completely, forcing the CV to relocate. Although it's still not in cover, so I don't know what the point of that was, but still. And yeah, he's probably gonna lose it to these Mi-24s, putting AmberT in a +2 once again. Killing that CV there, nice snipe with the Syria. And yeah, I think Faust kinda lost this game at this point. I mean, unless he manages to pull something miraculous, but I think he just ran out of infantry, because I'm not seeing anything being rallied out. There's some BTR 90s with what I'm assuming are either Morskayas or Spetsnaz. Yeah, Morskayas. And the weapons jammed on that B1 by the FJB, followed up with that Syria taking that out. Really nice pickup for AmberT there. We do have these BTR 90s pushing up, catching these Motor Schutzens off guard, and actually going across the river. Smart play, because I'm assuming he thinks the CV is here, which it sort of is. But AmberT taking note of that, sending his Mi-24s, taking both of those out. Come on. I know he's gonna take both of us out because I've seen this replay, but yeah, there we go. Takes both of them out, and yeah. I mean, really well played by AmberT, gotta admit. Considering we did see a swap in the middle a bunch of times. But he just outspammed those Moto Schützens, and I think he forced Faust to spend all of his infantry, because if he's playing a general deck, I don't think that's enough infantry for this map. Which is why I kinda hated this map, but I don't know, I play a motorized deck, so I'm fine with that. And yeah, taking out yet another CV. Still more snipes with that Syria, just beautiful to see. And yeah, at a +3, I don't think Faust can really do anything in 35 seconds, so I think it's safe to say GG from AmberT. Definitely well played. We do have a drop here from Faust. Oh, actually, forcing the CV out of Foxtrot and dropping Spetsnaz here, but oh my god, the CV and Bravo went down to the T-72s. So yeah, quite a fun game, and I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next one.